That's better. Oh, sorry. Hang on. Someone's chatting. Let's check it out. Who's chatting? I didn't see your chat. I'm sorry if you said something. How are you today? Whoever it was that chatted. Someone messaged me or something. I'm not sure. That was weird. Okay, we are working on grad homework. So I'm pulling up classwork. Going to Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Here we go. I have a little bit more direction because I was reading over the assignment a little bit more closely and what the expectation was. And there were some different expectations that he had of collaboration. And peer review. So what was the third one that I wanted to do? Syllabus. We're looking at women throughout the history. So we have Margaret Cavendish that we're doing, and Emily Dickinson. That's the third one. Inspired by the transcendentalists during the antebellum period, Emily Dickinson. actually, I should do Sylvia Plath so we can talk about the rough draft.
Computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Okay. More progress. I'm making progress. I got a big chunk done today. I did good. So all that I need to do really is put in the resources, which that's going to take some time to look up. Okay. Cancel. I'll be right back. I'm going to take this out. I don't need to do all that. No, it's November. Perfect. I am a fool. My secrets. Oh, this is funny. I'll read this one. I just want to be safe. There's nothing that I want more than for you to stand opposite me and reach out to soul, the happiest of moments. Embrace the moment of kindness, undo loneliness, no more. But I guess It doesn't go anywhere, the feeling in my chest, except that I'm a fool who loves too openly, my secret, divides myself into little pieces and parts. People drive by and they are pointing, the writer gathered in work. I'm not sure how I feel about it, like a zoo that's found within myself. Cameras that are installed incorrectly. I just want to be safe, I guess. I'm changing this a little bit because I don't like the connotation of the poem, that it's just one person that it's about. I like the idea that it is expanded. Are you within me? Are you within you as I am me? I like the idea of removing like Do you want me to read this? I should read this. It's a good one. Are you within me as I am you? Are you within me as I am me? Are you within me as I am me? I think that's how it's supposed to be said. The clouds move a beach, divide pace, the slow lingering dance across the sky wavering. The fisherman prepares for his move across winter at a pace that is impressive and interesting. He has a whole setup, a soul that knows when and how he'll go. I've been watching him. Has he been watching me? Are you watching me too? Are we collective in our own soul's divide? Do we recognize within ourselves the need for what we do in this life? The paths we play and the roles that we give is also within ourselves, as I am within me. Yeah. Do a couple more, and then I'm going to read some Keats. I've got some Keats. Okay, I'll read this one. To needing to happen. The cold, dreary as the fisherman rushes off to go do his duty. I wish I could go watch him, but he's... Oh, I should probably do a... But he's gone and wandered off. I want to go meet him. I want to go chase him, but he's off on his path, living his best life without me to interfere. What would I need in all of that? He seems very pleased with himself. And I am just a lonely traveler wandering in the bits. I want to go talk to him. But it is uncouth to come close to pull within myself these depths, the grating of the feeling that it should happen. I think that's an N dash, actually. But I stay away. I don't think that needs to be a long dash. Actually, I think it is a long dash. Okay. We'll do one more. My streaming is just being ridiculous today. My computer's being ridiculous. My streaming is being ridiculous. It's just all being very ridiculous today. It's not liking me streaming. So, we are going to read Keats. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to read this or not. It's a very long poem. I'm not sure if I want to read this one. Let me see if I can read a public domain Keats. So I definitely want to read a Keats poem today. It's a very long biography. I want to read Ode to a Nightingale. I think that's the one I want to read. We're gonna turn off this music. Okay. My heart aches, and a drowsy numbness pains my sense, as though of hemlock I had drunk, or emptied some dull opiate to the drains. 1 minute passed, and lathe his not through envy of thy happy lot, but being too happy in thine happiness, thought thou with white light-winged dryad of the trees in some melodious plot of beechen green and shadows numberless, singest of summer in thy full-throated ease. Oh, for a drought of vintage thy hath been, cooled a long-aged and deep-delved earth, tasting of flora and country green, dance and provincial song and sun-birthed mirth. Oh, a full beaker full of warm south, full of the true and blushful hypocrene. Is it hypocrene or hypostrene? It's hypocrene, I think. With beaded bubbles and winking at the brim, and purple-stained mouth that I might drink and leave the world unseen, with thee fade away into the forest dim. Fade far away, dissolve, and quite forget what thou among the leaves hast thou never known, the weariness, the fever, and the fret. Here, where men sit and hear each other groan, where palsy shakes and few, sad, last grey hairs, where youth grows pale and spectre thin and dies, where, but to think is full of sorrow, laden eye despairs, where beauty cannot keep her lustrous eyes, or love pine at them beyond tomorrow. Away, away, for I will fly to thee, not charioted by Bacchus and his pards, but on the viewless wings of poesy, though the dull brain's perplexes and retards. Already with thee, tender is the night, and haply the queen moon on her throne, clustered around her by starry-eyed fays. There is no light, save what from heaven is the breezes blown, though the verdis glooms in windy mossy ways. I cannot see what flowers are at my feet, what soft incense hangs upon the boughs, in the embalmed darkness guess each sweet, wherein the seasoned moth endows. The grass, the thicket, the fruit-tree wild, the white hawthorn and the pastoral eglantine, fast fading violets covered up in leaves, the mid-May else's child, the coming mustrows full of dewy wine, the murmurous haunt of fly time. I have been in love with the easeful death, calling him soft names in museful rhyme, to take in the air of quiet breath. Now more it seems rich to die, to cease upon the midnight with no pain, and thou pouring forth thy soul abroad in such ecstasy. Would thou sing, I have ears in vain, to thy high requiem become a sod. Thou wast not born for death, immortal bird, no hungry generations tread thee down. I hear this in by passing night was heard, in ancient days by emperor and clown. Perhaps the same song and found a path, the sad heart of Ruth, when sick for home, she stood in tears amid the alien corn. The same in oft times hath charmed magic casements open on the foam of perilous seas and fairy lands forlorn. Forlorn, the very word is like a bell to toll me back from thee to my soul self. Adieu, the fancy cannot cheat so well as she is famed to do, deceiving elf. Adieu, adieu, the plaintive anthem fades, past the near meadows, over the still stream, up the hillside, and now 'tis buried deep in the next valley glades. Was it vision or waking dream? Fled is that music. Did I wake or sleep? So that was Keats' Ode to a Nightingale. That's the first time I've read it out loud. I've read it before quietly to myself. So I'm not sure how I did reading it out loud, but I tried my best. Let's see, what else is on the list for today? I read some Keats. I did some poetry typing. We're doing some miscellaneous journaling. I hope you're having a fantastic Friday. Okay, so we got some miscellaneous journaling. Put the music back on. Well, I was gonna do. I was gonna pull my Hank journal up. I'm stuck to the chair. So I'm going to show you all my journals. So I've got, it's my Hank journal. I'm not actually writing to Hank. This is just my Hank journal, which is my research journal. What's the last thing I wrote in my Hank journal? It's been a while since I wrote in it because I haven't done any, I've been so busy with my college class. I was doing cosmic crystallography, which was like the shape of the universe. They were doing like research on it. So I was kind of wanted to do some research and see what was up, because I wanted to see what was going on. Because what they do is they post like latest articles, and like, so some of the stuff that they kind of post on there, they'll do like latest reads. So this is interesting. Validation of alpha fetoprotein model of hepatocellular carcinoma recurrence after transplantation in Asian population. That's very interesting. Analysis of mobile beacon aided in in-range localization scheme of ad hoc wireless sensor networks. What is that one? Analysis of mobile beacon aid and in-range localization scheme of ad hoc wireless sensor networks. In this paper, we mathematically model in-range localization scheme in presence of mobile beacon. In the in-range localization scheme, a sensor with unknown localization is localized to a disk center at the position of the beacon. If the sensor under consideration can successfully decode a transmission from the beacon. In our approach, the mobile beacon, guided by a mobility model, is used to generate virtual beacons, therefore eliminating the need to deploy static beacons, which are required in the classically in-range localization scheme. For analysis, we consider the mobile beacon guided by a random waypoint, mobility model, and in-range localization scheme. The main contribution to the paper are mathematical models. So, sensor networks, okay. This is British Columbia. So, and they're doing like introductions. So, okay. Let's take some notes on this. Because they have like yeah. Do 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 do. Huh. Okay. That's interesting. So basically, this paper, a lot of math in this paper. I kind of skip over a lot of the math because it's just proofs. But basically, they. So it talks about it's basically like mobile networks and like mobile data, like broadcasting and things like that, or like so like wireless, because it's talking about wireless sensor networks and like it's like IT stuff. So they do a lot of definitions, a lot of defining of things, because I think that there's a lot of stuff that they're trying to kind of it's 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 a lot of technical jargon. I don't know, but so they talk about localization, which is a process that enables nodes of a sensor network to compete with locations. So it's a problem. I'm not sure why that's a problem. Um, Problem is that they're competing. These networks are competing for, like which network to log onto. So what they're doing is trying to manually configure these networks, but the problem is that it requires like a lot of large scale deployments, and so what they're doing is creating these like random waypoints, like these virtual random waypoints to like figure out the networks, and so they were like testing these random waypoints as a way to like keep these like sensor networks, and so they were testing the viability of these like random waypoints, and so they were doing like a lot of definitions of like how they were enabling that, and so they found that these random waypoints that they were using were like working kind of well for it or for whatever. I'm not exactly sure why they were doing that, but it was very interesting how it worked out. But yeah, it was very interesting. Um, it seems like it was for, but yeah, so um it seems like large scale, like, you know, it's setting up like large scale Wi-Fi, like networking and things for like corporations and things like that, how they set up like wireless systems and things like that, and how they set up networks and like fiber optics and things like that. Like they want to set up networks that, work in a system, and so they want to set it up in a way that it's, when you localize it. um I'm thinking about like towers and things like that, how they set up towers, and so when you set up like a mobile network and things like that, you want the mobile phones to localize, right? You want them to localize to the phone network closest to you. And so I think what they're doing is setting up virtual like waypoints that it'll like connect to as you're like going. I think that's what it's about. It's like phone, like a cell phone thing. But I'm not sure exactly. Because now it's a mobile beacon aid and in range. I think it has to do with cell phones, but I'm not sure. But that's my best guess, is that it has to do with cell phones. It's either Wi-Fi or like a Wi-Fi network for like tech companies, or it has to do with cell phone networks. So yeah. So that's that journal. Um, I'm gonna update because I've got my Anthropocene one, which is called the John Journal. It's not to John. It's just so what I do is I write journals as letters sometimes, and sometimes they're actually to people because I have my Jessica journal and my Lisa journal, and these are actually to people. But I have my Hank and my John journal, and those are not to actually people. I also have my David journal, which is my meditation journal, but that's not to actually somebody. It's just that's what I call it. So, but you know, I just because it's like I like writing letters to people as a way of like focusing my writing. So sometimes I will write them to people that I'm not actually intending to send them to. So I just it's a way of focusing myself. But sometimes I do write them to people I know, and so I have my sister who is Jessica, and then my friend who is Lisa, who I'm writing to. So I could write in my two journals. Do 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 do. It must be. Oh no, it's not noon. Oh, hi. I was in the middle of journal writing and I was thinking, how are you? Oh, I was telling my sister that I just had finished my 5-year journal because I'm writing a journal to my sister. I have a journal that I write to my sister. Instead of writing her a daily letter or like regular letters to save on postage, I just write a journal and I'll send a journal out to her every so often. So it's just that she can respond to it that way. So I was telling her about how I finished my 5-year journal that I've been filling out for 5 years. And I was telling her about how I needed to clean my kitchen. I'm good. A little tired. I stayed up kind of late last night, so I'm a little tired today. But I'm in good spirits. I've been doing some work on my grad work, so I feel like I'm doing well today. I feel like I'm making good progress on my homework today. What are you up to today? So, my plans for the rest of the day include I have to clean my kitchen because I still have dishes that I have to get done for sure. And I definitely need to clean my kitchen. I was just writing that I needed to clean my kitchen. Um, I definitely feel like I want to take a nap. I'm just so tired. I stayed up late last night. I was like, yeah, 5 years is a long time. I've been journaling probably consistently for the past like 10 years. Cause I have this, I journal in like a regular journal. I just sold some of my journals on eBay that I wanted to get rid of because I didn't like how they made me feel. Like, cause I used to just do a lot of self-hate and I didn't like how I talked about myself in my old journals. So I just got rid of a bunch of old journals from like my 20s and into my early 30s. Um, I got rid of like 10 years worth of journals. And I was like, I'm just gonna go up to this point where I start talking nice about myself in these journals. So I sold a bunch of them on eBay about like who I used to be, and people were really excited about reading them. They said they were really well written and that they enjoyed them immensely, and they really connected with them. So, you know, whatever makes them feel good, I guess. If they enjoyed them, then if they got something out of them, then I'm all right with that. But it's definitely not who I am at this point. But I sell a lot of weird stuff on eBay. I sell my old sketchbooks on eBay, and I sell my old journals on eBay because I'm kind of a minimalist, so I like to save on space. So I just, I'm not particularly attached to my old sketchbooks or journals. I just am like, these are things that I enjoyed for a while, but these are things that, they take up space, and these are who I used to be, but these are artifacts that I'm not going to take with me when I go. So if other people find enjoyment out of them, then I should sell them. But I am going to keep the 5-year journal. That is something that I am going to keep. Lots of secrets in that journal. All right. I'm in my early 20s, so I'm a pretty young pupil trying to make my mark in the world. I've been looking to veer into journaling, but I struggle on how to start being so vulnerable. Any tips or advice? Well, the thing about it is, how I started journaling, how I made it easy on myself to start journaling regularly was back in I've been journaling my whole life. But what made it easy for me to start journaling again, because I had stopped in 2011, and I had stopped for about 3 or 4 years. But what got me back into starting journaling was I started doing a thing called the Artist Way, where I would sit down, and for about 3 pages, I would just write for half an hour. And I would try to write 3 pages. I would just try to fill the pages with whatever was on my mind. And you don't need a big notebook. You can just get a small one, or just like something small. You don't need like one of these big chunky ones. You don't need a big one like this, like a B5. You can get like a little A5. So it won't take you very long to fill up the pages. But you just sit down and you fill up the 3 pages, and you just start writing. You don't worry about the grammar. You don't worry about how it looks or spelling errors or anything like that. You just start writing, and you do it in the morning when you get up. Before you do anything else, you just start writing, and you write about anything that's on your mind, and you kind of just stream of consciousness, just write about anything that's frustrating you or upsetting you or angering you or things that make you happy or anything. You just blurt it all out and just put it all on paper. And it's you'll find that a lot of things will come out that you didn't realize you were thinking about, or that you were feeling, and that you because when you just start writing, when you're just doing this automatic writing, you just don't stop. You don't stop. Things come out, and you realize you're starting to vent, and you're just allowing those inhibitions that you have will fall away, and you'll be more vulnerable with yourself. It takes a little while sometimes, because sometimes you get frustrated and you want to stop. And if you just don't allow yourself to stop, if you just allow yourself to keep going, it'll come out. But it's hard. It's hard to start in the beginning, because I would get distracted. I would look at my phone, or I would look at YouTube, or I would, and the thing about it is you can't look at your phone. You can't look at social media. You can't look at like Twitter or Facebook or anything like that. You just have to sit and be in a quiet place and just have your journal and just have it open and just write for those 3 pages. But it gets easier. It gets easier as you keep doing it. So that's my advice. I hope that helps. And I think you'll make your mark on the world. The world revolves around young people. I'm old, so, the culture is not moved by old people. The culture is moved by young people. You got this. You're doing wonderful. Don't worry about it. You're gonna do great things, and it's gonna be all right. You're doing great. You may not realize it, but because most young people don't think that they are making a mark on the world, but the young people make a mark on the culture more than they realize, and they don't realize it until they get older, that they have made such a mark on the culture, and they've changed culture in such a way, and I don't think they realize, I don't think that Gen Z and that they're changing culture so much already, and that they've been doing so much for culture. I don't think they realize that. And I've been noticing it. I've been noticing what they've been doing for the changing culture in so many ways, in workplaces, in attitudes, in ideas, in politics, in so many things. They've been changing culture in so many ways. Um, Journaling is like anything else, a tool. And it's like anything, it will help you work on yourself to a certain extent. But it's a tool in the toolbox to help you work on yourself. I can't tell you for sure whether or not it will work as a thing to ground you, because I'm not sure exactly if it's the thing that you need exactly, because only you can tell whether or not that's the thing you need exactly. But I do know that it is a tool in the toolbox. I know that there are certain things that journaling does help me with, and that they have, that when I feel like I have spiraling thoughts, or when I feel as though certain things are becoming out of control, I do use journaling as a tool in my toolbox. So that is one of the tools that I do use to help ground me for certain things. So it is a tool. I also use meditation as a tool. I also use therapy as a tool. For me, with my bipolar disorder, I use medication as a tool. So I have many tools in my toolbox for things that I need to fix in my life. So it just depends on what you need to fix and what you need to work on, and how you feel as though working on a game plan to fix those things. So journaling and working on talking about the thing that you have to work on, and working on a game plan on how to fix those things as journaling as a tool, is a good start. I don't know if that's necessarily the only thing that you need, but it's definitely a tool in the toolbox. But it's it might be the only thing that you do need, but it might not. But it could be the only thing that you need. But I can't say for sure whether or not it will be the thing that you need to ground you, because only you can say for sure whether or not that will be the thing that you need. Does that make sense? But it's definitely helpful, because it'll help you figure like your game plan. Oh no, I love talking. Talking is the thing that I like doing when I do these live streams. I would rather have conversation than journaling. The journaling is just the thing I do when I don't have anyone chatting. So I please interrupt me. I would rather have you talk to me. It's really okay. It's really okay. I would rather have you talk. You're really okay. You're not bothering me at all. Cuz I can journal to my sister like I have all day to do that. I can journal in the afternoon, or I can, but I just I just kind of block out the time to be able to do it. So if I'm just sitting here, I'll write, but I don't have to if I. I was actually just journaling about what we were talking about, in fact, to my sister, because I thought that she might find that interesting. If you insist, you're gonna have to yap and get vulnerable all day. I mean, I think that that's pretty good. So my sister is so much more intense with her journaling than I am. So I just journal. Like some days I'll miss. Like I'm pretty loosey goosey with my journaling. Like I allow myself to have days where if I don't feel like journaling, I won't journal. But my sister will keep like a planner and like make notes about, if she can't journal that day, she'll make notes about what happened that day. Just like little like blurbs. And then she'll go back through like days later and she'll journal about what happened that day. And sometimes she gets like weeks behind. So she will be catching up her journal for like weeks in advance. So she journals literally about every single day. And so she has like probably about like 15 years of journals where she can open up a day and she can say exactly what happened on that day. And she can point to it and be like, see, you did this on this day. And I'm like, that's intense. That's really intense. And so there was a while there that she got like 6 months behind at one point, and she just had to like, it was intense. Like she got so behind at one point, and she just had to like stop what she was doing and start at the present moment and journal from the present moment. And she had to go back through and kind of like catch up those 6 months that she was off. It was intense. It was a really, but she has, I think she's up to date now. Like she kind of keeps up with her journal now, but she's like super intense with her journaling. She just, I can't do what she does. she's more intense with it than I am. But we write each other. I write her journals every so often. I wrote a journal to her when I was in Hawaii. And she loves that journal. She's like, those journals are really special to her. Because, and she wrote journals back to me too. Like we used to write each other journals back and forth. But I stopped for a while because we were living together, but then she moved away. So, I've been starting to write her journals again because we don't talk every day. So, she kind of put it away, but she's been meaning to read it 'cause she's been so busy at work. But she really loves when I write her journals because she cherishes those a lot. Yeah. Because when I write journals to people, I'm not just journaling about my experiences. What I do is I'll read books and I'll react to them and I'll put quotes in them and I, put little pictures in them or I draw in them or I do like other stuff in them. I put a lot of effort into these journals. So reading them is just like, it's an experience sometimes. I should be like since I have sold journals, I guess I'm kind of a professional journaler at this point. Ooh, is that a job title? Professional journaler? That's fun. I guess I am. I have sold journals. I'm a professional journaler. That's interesting. Oh, she's so intense. She's so intense. And she doesn't do just like 3 pages. She's like, oh yeah, I wrote this journal entry and it was like 20 pages. She can fill up a journal Like she'll do like 3 or 4 entries and she'll be like, yeah, I filled up a journal. And I'm like, she just like, well, she's just like, but that's why she like gets weeks behind, is because a journal entry will be like 20 pages. And she just gets these like small little, she'll get these like little journals. So, and they're only like 100 pages. She'll be like, fill it up super fast.
primary control of critical vehicle function.
So she has like 50 or 60 journals now. She's so intense. It's so intense. I told her that she needs to write a book with them because she's been through a lot of stuff. She was living, time to put that on my LinkedIn. I'm kind of like a nice nin. Yeah, professional journaler. I've had some good journals. I wrote a book about some of my journals because I was journaling through my first bipolar episode, and I sold those journals with all of my episodes. Very, very interesting experiences. Just seeing the degradation of, that's why I sold them, is because I didn't want to see the degradation of my mental health. And you could see like when my mental health would dip in those old journals. It was, you could, and that's why I would get, you do that automatic writing, you could see when my mental health would dip in those journals, because I'd be vulnerable, when I would start to feel not well, you could tell in the journals. Well, what she does is she'll put on a show. She'll watch TV and she'll start writing. But she has like an outline before she writes, so she knows kind of what she wants to write about before she writes. So it's sort of like writing a story of her life, kind of. So she has kind of an idea about ideas and attitudes that she wants to write about, and so she has. It's more like she's writing. It's kind of like fiction, but it's not. It's more like, or like an essay. She's like writing an essay, but not, because she has like an outline before she goes. So it's, when you've been doing it for 15 years, it's becomes, second nature. Not all journal entries are that long, I don't think, but she writes quite a bit. It's really what it is the things that you start when you're young. If you just keep at it and just do a little bit every day, eventually you get to be like our age when my sister is just over 40 and I'm turning 40 next year. When you get to be that age, all of a sudden you realize you have a lot to show for it. and all of a sudden there are things. So for my mental health, if you, that's all right if you ask about my mental health. I'm not scared to talk about it. I've been stable for the last 3 years. I haven't been hospitalized. Christmas it'll be 3 years exactly. I just started on a new med, which has helped me to lose about 15 pounds. So I'm actually losing weight. I just lost. I think I lost some because I'm fitting into my pants better. I'm kind of worried because I think I might have a rash though. I'm not sure. But I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm I because I have so what it is I have bipolar disorder with delusional disorder. So what it is I have certain things that I have developed ideas about. I'm not going to talk about specifics of those because if I talk about specifics of those, I feel as though they could be used against me. And so I try to keep that stuff offline. But the thing about it is I have managed those quite a bit, and I got my triggers down to very few at this point. I would say it's very hard to trigger me at this point with what it is, because I've worked on my mental health pretty well. That's not to say that won't change in the future, or that I don't have bad days, or that I don't, have moments or anything like that. But, I manage it pretty well. And I'm definitely trying not to develop new delusions or new obsessions or things like that. I've been really working hard to not do that. So, managing the old ones without developing new ones is definitely difficult. But I'm managing it pretty well. So it's just about managing and maintaining support system and doing all of that. So I would say with my support system and managing, stable, doing pretty good. I know it's a lot to take in because you think people are like, oh, I'm Delulu, and I'm like, no, I really do have delusions. I have things that have made me impulsive in the past. And it's like I've had things that have affected the functionality of my life. But it's all right, I'm managing it. I'm managing it pretty well. My therapist is really proud of me. And so is my psychiatrist. Yeah, well, I mean, that's. Oh man. I don't know what to say about that. That's crazy. He's Delulu. He belongs in the Institute too. Wow. That's. I'm gonna use that. That's hilarious. Oh no. We're just we're just doing our thing, you know. My sister's just trying to make a paycheck and I'm just trying to survive and just doing my thing, you know. I'm creating books and trying to make art and I don't know, I'm just reading poetry on the internet and studying and I don't know, deep thinking. I'm just an old lady. Who am I? I'm just an old lady. Yeah, kitten. I'm just an old lady with a cat. Wow. Aw, thanks. You know, we try. His name is Larity. It's short for singularity because he's a black cat. He's a void. My little black hole. You're my little black hole, aren't you? My little void kitty. I think he likes me. You want some treats? Meow. You want me to end the stream? Yeah, if you want me to end the stream. No. You just want treats? Aw, thanks. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get him some treats. I just have to unfurl myself from this desk. Oh. I'll be right back. cat has treats. He is Happy Cat. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream because I am going to go get some lunch, but I just wanted to appreciate everybody who showed up today. And if you're watching this on the replay, I hope you have a great rest of your day whenever you're watching, and I will see you on the next one.